First dates are part of the process to finding love. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 tips and advice for what to do when you meet someone new. Let's go. I think the reason why dating gets such a bad rep is because of the first few dates. I mean, think about it. The first few dates that you have when you meet someone new are gonna make or break a potential relationship that could lead to a potential exclusive thing that could potentially lead to like marriage and the rest of your life. But if those first few dates go terribly, horribly, embarrassing, annoyingly wrong, then you're gonna think about those moments and you're gonna think about those dates for all the future dates to come. So I wanna give you a couple of tips and pieces of advice that's gonna help you with those first few dates. These tips and advice is gonna help you kind of reduce the notion that this is gonna be one big dating horror story. And it's also gonna help you kind of prevent yourself from making terrible red flag relationship mistakes. First thing you wanna do is you wanna be optimistic, but also guard your heart. Attraction is a thing, and when we see it and when we feel it and when the charm is there, you start to feel this chemistry build up and you start to get a little into it. Just because you're feeling him and he's feeling you and he's saying all the right things that you want to hear doesn't mean that you should be letting your guard down in those first few dates. Remember where you stand, remember your values, remember your boundaries, and remember that you don't want to fall too hard, too fast. You don't even know him yet. You don't know his background. You don't know his intentions. You don't know the red flags that could be hiding. It's gonna take some time for you to just really peel back some of those layers and really discover who this person truly is. But until that happens, enjoy the vibe, but guard your heart in the meantime. Tip number 2, we talked about boundaries, and maybe you have a boundary that you don't want to have sex until you're married. Maybe there's a boundary where you don't want to drink, or you don't want to go to his house, or you don't want to meet personal family or friends until a certain point in your life. At what point in dating someone do you share these boundaries? My advice to you is to wait at least until date number 2 or 3. And the reason why is because that first date, you might have no idea if it's ever gonna go into a second date. So there's no need to just like push all of that boundary information at the first impression on that first night when you meet someone. It's best to see if he's actually gonna stick around, if he's actually gonna call you back before you're like, hey, I see that we like each other. I see that we're vibing. That's great. Let me share with you some really important things about me if we consider moving forward. Tip number 3 is don't assume that you're safe at any point of these first few dates. I don't care if your friend knows him. I don't care if your brother knows him. I don't care if you guys have been online dating and chatting with each other for over a year. You don't know that man. You don't know his intentions. You don't know his whereabouts. Keep your guard up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Be open to the idea of getting to know him, but be safe. Make sure you don't invite him into a place where you guys are all alone and something could happen. Make sure you let your friends know where you're at. You never know. There's so many things that happen in today's world, and we just want you guys to be safe. Remember, these are just the first few dates. Like, sure, if you guys keep seeing each other and you keep getting to know each other and you guys are involved in each other's lives over a period of time, sure, you start to trust. But in those first few dates, I don't know you from Adam, so yeah, if you're looking for tips on how you can be safe in those first few dates, you should probably pick up my latest book, which is The Christian Woman's Guide to Dating, Advice on Keeping the Faith while Looking for Love. I talk all about that, what you should do on your first dates, your first conversation points, and how you can protect yourself from the inside and around in your surroundings. During these first few dates, you're gonna wanna keep an open mind. You're gonna wanna explore the conversation, understand his conversation style, and understand his listening skills. This is going to come into play very heavily if you guys continue to date and establish a relationship. Why? Because communication is key, girl. If you're able to open up and express yourself and your opinions and your thoughts in a safe setting where he can listen and he can understand and he can validate, what do you think that turns into? trust. And trust helps build that relationship. You see how this all comes together, how it's all just intertwined into a dating web of love. You see how this all works out? Yes, you have opinions. Yes, you have things to say, but also be open to what he says and what he doesn't say, because that's going to say a lot about who this person is and how he can carry on a conversation and a relationship moving forward. The last piece of advice that I want to leave you with, and it is a very serious one, which I will probably have a whole nother video just diving into this one topic, is that please remember your other relationships. If you are excited about this guy and he is taking you out date after date after date, and you guys are just really feeling each other and you really feel in your heart like it's about to go somewhere, please don't ditch your friends. Don't ditch your family members. Call them back. Text them back. We get that you're in something new here. We get that this is exciting for you, but you still have other relationships in your life, including the one with God, that requires some cultivating, some nurturing, some tending. If this is actually a date that's going to be worth going into an exclusive relationship with, then you're going to have to balance all these relationships out anyways. So stop ditching them at first, because that's going to carry on as things get serious. Yes, you want to put all of your time and attention with him because he just gives you the fuzzy wuzzies and the butterflies and ooh, I haven't felt this way before in so long, and I've been hoping for it, and thank you God for doing this and making this all possible for me. But that's not all that life is about. That's not the only relationship where you receive love, where you receive care, where somebody cares about you. So do not neglect the other relationships that are in your life, your friendships, your family members, your coworkers, your friends. You start leaving your day ones behind because you're excited about this guy. That says a lot about how your next steps in your next season is going to look. And trust me, honey, it doesn't look good. That's a huge red flag on everybody's part. Balance out those relationships now before things get a little bit more heavy. So there you have it. Those are my 5 pieces of advice and tips to help you when you meet someone new. If you want to learn more tips about dating and relationships from more of my videos, I'll go ahead and include my playlist of dating relationships. I'll include that in the card above, as well as link it in the description below. As for the book I mentioned earlier, The Christian Woman's Guide to Dating, Advice on Keeping the Faith While Looking for Love, you can get this at stores everywhere. I will also link this in the description below. And I know in this video we're covering a lot about what to focus on and what not to focus on when it comes to those first few dates after meeting someone new. But did you ever stop to consider and ask yourself the question of, are you even ready to date yet? Is your heart in the right place? Is your mind in the right place? Are you in the right season to start dating again? The question can be answered when you take my free quiz, Am I Ready to Date? I'll link that in the description as well. Make sure you take it. Find out for yourself what stage of your love life that you're currently in. And if you're there, you're ready to define what love looks like to you. I hope that these tips help out. I hope that these advice, you're taking them to heart. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like and share with your other friends who might be also in that dating season. And until next time, I just want to go ahead and say thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you again soon. Until next time, bye-bye.